Yep. How's it going? This is my team breakdown for the Andy Law Draft League Season 3. It's a VGC league, so 4v4, level 50, but it's restricted. So we get one Uber Pokemon to build our team with. We are returning with the Greenleaf Warriors, and I have to give a huge shout out to Sky X Goddess for the team logo. I sent her a little MS Paint like doodle of this, and she made it look absolutely gorgeous. So huge shout outs, and let's get right into it. I'm recording this really late. I've already played 2 weeks of the 6 week regular season, so I already know how this team functions a little bit in practice. Um, but round one pick, what legend did I go with? There's a lot of good ones out there. There's like Palkia, there's Zacian, there's Zamazinta, which is way better since Gen 8. There's Calyrex Shadow, like you name it, all of the legends are available to pick. So my round one pick, Screamtail. It's Screamtail. For those who don't know, I've played in every season of the Andy Law Draft League. Season 1, I had Jigglypuff. Season 2, because I didn't realize I subbed in for a coach season 2, and because I didn't realize that they didn't use all their points, I didn't use all my points either, and I took Wigglytuff season 2. So season 3, we're finishing off the trifecta with Screamtail. If you're wondering who's the lady on the side, just like season 1, this is a Conquest theme team. So all of the Pokemon that I draft are on theme with Warlords from Conquest. This is Oichi. She's like the secondary protagonist in the game. She always accompanies you. And her Jigglypuff is weak, but her warrior skill is strong. But that's kind of irrelevant. What's relevant right now is Screamtail. This Pokemon is absolutely phenomenal in support. Massive defensive stats, 115 HP, 99 defense, 115 SPDF, and a really nice 111 speed tier with that photosynthesis, so I can go booster speed, booster SPDF, booster FizzDef. The move pool is absolutely great. It could go physical or special, boost on either side. A lot of support options: Trick Room, Encore, T-Wave, just you name it. It's a really versatile first pick, and while everyone else is taking, the Zacians of the world, the Terapagos, I'm able to save my restricted pick for later, while they're all climbing for the best restricteds, and so I'm just taking the best out of everything right below that before they can get to it. So hopefully I'm always one step ahead of the curve. And speaking of good value picks, we took Crocodile round 2. Crocodile's a great intimidator, gives me a good ground type, a good dark type. Another really nice speed tier at 92. There's a lot of legends that are at like 90 and 95. So those 95s, they have to run timid, and those 90s, I could speed creep. Solid attack stat. It's just a really good beat stick. The Intimidate is super nice, very versatile. It's always good in draft leagues. The character here from Conquest is Masanori. Much more minor character, but he definitely has a lot of spunk. Round 3, we took Sceptile. Really fast speed tier, good offenses. Unburden is absolutely amazing. If you are familiar with like Halucha and singles, Sceptile can do something really similar. Or even more recently, I guess, what is it? Sneasler. Sneasler, Unburden, and Reg H went absolutely crazy. But Sceptile, it has a really nice supportive move pool as well. It now gets access to Shed Tail, which is a really cool option. It gets some like other weird techie options like Dragon Cheer, like pledge moves, which, I'd have to draft some other starters in order to activate the pledge moves, but we'll see if that happens. Overall, really nice pick, really underrated. The Conquest character for this one is Magoichi, a bit of a Rizzler, let's see. I'm just playing. He's a funny guy, though. Round 4 Haunter. This is where people were really starting to lose the vision, but a poison type with levitate is really nice value. And again, most everybody took their restricteds by now. So I really am not in a hurry to lock in which restricted I need yet. I'm just looking for the best value in the lower tiers. 115 special attack, 95 speed, poison type with levitate, immune to fake out, thanks to that ghost type. It's just good value. A really good supportive move pool, encore, taunt, disable, trick room, destiny bond. Like it's just a lot of value, right? My picks so far, they're not like the highest tier Pokemon, but it's just like a lot of good value, a lot of good synergy, and it's a team that like is super flexible. That was kind of my idea going in. I just want something nice and flexible. The Conquest character for this is Hanzo. Uh, he's like a ninja type guy. He's like, cool and mysterious. He's I. Yeah, Hunter, round 4, big shock. I just wanted to secure the lower tiers that I thought people might want to get later, and that was originally this was Charizard. I wanted Charizard here. It's also a fairy resist that is immune to ground, but one of the Sun teams picked it up right before I could go. And I think this was a pretty good replacement. I think Haunter's pretty cool. Round 5, we took Empoleon. So we did, in fact, grab another starter so we could do pledge things. Competitive is really nice for anti-intimidate, especially because it used to be Defiant, but now we can abuse that 111 special attack stat, which is pretty nice with the competitive. Bulk is really nice, 84, 88, 101. Lower speed tier. In draft, especially VGC, you want to be able to range your speeds from like really high to really low. Because if you just go really high, then like Trick Room makes you really slow. If you just go really low, then you're going to get overran by more offensive stuff. So being able to spread your speed tiers is pretty important. So we have some really fast options, 120, 111, 92, 95. Now we're dipping into that lower speed tier a little bit. Water Steel type is an amazing typing. It's unique to Empoleon. It's just a really good beat stick Pokemon. Again, that 111 with that bulk, anti-intimidate. Like, it's Empoleon. You can't go wrong. The Conquest character here is Ina. She's later in the game. She's pretty nice. Gets kind of overshadowed a little bit because the other dudes in her kingdom are kind of goofy. And so she just doesn't exactly stand out, but she's cool. She's aight. For my round 6 pick, I took Luxray. Luxray, another Intimidate Pokemon, gives our team an electric type, really high attack stat, a usable special attack stat. 70 speed's not that great, but it's still like a good speed tier to have. Decent bulk, especially in combination with Intimidate. Guts is also a really strong option. Flame Orb, Facade, Terra Normal stuff. It also is just, it's Luxray. He's so cool. Look at him. He's got all that hair and the eye. Everyone knows Luxray's cool, right? Like, I don't have to be Luxray's biggest defender here. The character's also super cool. Genshio, she's early game. She's very strong. You can recruit her early. She's super cool. very defiant, although her ability is, or well, Luxray's ability is not defiant, it's intimidate. But I digress. I Luxray, he's cool. He support, intimidate, snarl, or offensive with guts. Everyone knows Luxray. He's awesome. Round 7, is it? Yes, round 7. I took Fortress. Fortress is the cheapest Pokemon on my team at only 6 points. Bug Steel is a great typing. Everyone hates Bug, but when you put it with Steel, its only weakness is Fire, albeit a quadruple weakness to Fire. 140 physical defense is insane. And couple that with the 40 speed tier for anti-trick room stuff. And 90 attack is still pretty solid. Overcoat and Sturdy, both great abilities when needed. It's, obviously Fortress has some big issues. 60 Spit F, quadruple weakness to Fire. But Iron Defense body press sets or like more supportive stuff, it gets like, obviously hazards aren't that great in VGC, but you sling up some hazards when your opponent's not expecting it, and it can actually work out pretty well. The Conquest character that Fortress is paired with is Yoshimoto. Very goofy character, doesn't even really care about battling, just wants to play Pokemon. Very silly expressions, very exaggerated character, pretty fun. Cool dude. Fortress, for only 6 points, it's really good value. I really like it. However, we still have not taken our restricted. We have gone 7 rounds, still no restricted Pokemon. What's going on here? We got all these points. Where's it going to go? Well, round 8, we're still not taking our restricted. It's a Hisuian Samurott, another water type starter that we could use with pledge stuff, but this one is a bit more offensive leaning than Empoleon. 108 attack, 100 special attack. It can be mixed. It can do a lot of cool stuff with sharpness. It gets Aqua Cutter. Obviously, Ceaseless Edge is the main one that people look at, setting up spikes while you attack. So another form of hazards. The spikes, again, it's VGC, aren't crucial, and that 90 accuracy can be a bit of a detriment, but it's really strong. This is the one Pokemon that I've used previously in the VGC League. I used it Season 2. It was doing some great stuff, and he's just a cool dude. He's got like thorns on his head now as opposed to the original. The original character for Conquest, also pretty cool. Moto Chica, one of the like first 3 kingdoms that you get the chance to fight. Obviously they start you off with the fire, grass, water kingdoms to attack, and he's all like edgy. He's like, the crushing soul of waves shall defeat you. I don't remember exactly what he says. He's a funny guy. He wants to be Sasuke so bad, but his hairdo is not letting that dream become a reality. But yeah, Hisuian Samurott, offensive, decent speed tier, physical or special, just good value. Round number 9. Am I finally going to take my restricted? No, I take Chandelure. Chandelure gives us an alternative ghost type. Also gives our team a fire type. 145 special attack is absurd. So far, I believe this is the highest individual stat on my team. Flash Fire, Flame Body, and Infiltrator. 3 very useful abilities. Trick Room options or anti-Trick Room options with like Imprison, Trick Room. Just really hits hard. It goes well with the Fortress because quadruple fire weakness meets Flash Fire. And obviously Chandelure's just cool. Like, out of the inanimate objects that people be hating on, especially the Gen 5 Pokemon, like Chandelure's awesome. He's all cool and fire. I don't know. I'm just playing. And the Conquest character is Hanbei, also trying to be very edgy and like mysterious. Like, ooh, my soul is pitch black. He's chill though. He an underling of the Fire Nation, and Hideyoshi, who leads the Fire Nation, he's also very funny. So they got a little bit of a dynamic. It's cool. But now, it's time. My opponents have all taken their restricteds, but legends can be overcome with an army mighty enough. It is time. Come, Rayquaza, Blackest Night. That's right. We took Rayquaza round 10. This is an insane Pokemon to take at the end. Utterly massive. 150 attack, 150 special attack. Nobody is going to be able to wall this Pokemon. Its defenses compared to other restricteds are pretty low. But compared to your average Pokemon, which 90% of teams are comprised of average Pokemon, 105, 90, 90 is pretty good. I'll give you a bit of a spoiler for my first 2 weeks. This Pokemon has lived not one, but two quadruple effective ice moves from some pretty strong enemies. The 95 speed tier is also alright. It's rather flexible, and it doesn't even matter often because Rayquaza obviously is just going to E-speed as often as it can. Has very strong stab moves to go off of those attacking stats. You get the Dragon Ascent still, Draco Meteor, Overheat, like it gets all sorts of elemental type coverage. Blizzard, Thunder. I already said Overheat. I think it gets Hydro Pump. And then it also has some support options. It's my only Tailwind Pokemon, I believe. Unless Empoleon still gets Tailwind. But the Speed Control is nice. You know, my opponent gets all defensive, trying to block from that those attacking stats. And then I set up a cheeky Tailwind on him. That would be pretty nice. And obviously, like, Shiny Rayquaza is awesome. The Nobunaga is awesome. The fact that in-game he says, "Come, Rayquaza, Blackest Night," is crazy. And for those who haven't played Conquest, this character just has that aura. You're playing the game, and like halfway through the game, you're like, "Oh man, I've taken out half the kingdoms. I'm doing great." And then he just casually pulls up while you're partying with his Zekrom. He's like, "Yo, you're gonna have to fight me if you keep going like this. You do realize that, right? I'm going to pummel you." And then you get to his kingdom, you fight that Zekrom that he's just casually hanging out with, and he's like, "You have bested me. I must retreat." And then you find out that he threw the match so that you could encounter the legendary Pokemon so that he could send his Rayquaza to go murder Arceus. Like, he just wants to kill God. Look, he was Volo before Volo, okay? That's all I'm saying. He's cool. He's awesome. Rayquaza's cool and awesome. The fact that I got round 10 is awesome. This team is awesome. It's so much value. So much just... It's a good stuff pile. There's not, like... I didn't take... After Rayquaza, the next most expensive Pokemon is Screamtail at 16 points. So, like, there's a big jump there. But it's a lot of value, a lot of good stuff. I'm super happy with this team. And I really hope that you will continue watching me throughout the season. Thank you so much for watching up till now. I'm so glad that you all decided to join me. Again, thanks to Sky for the logo. Thanks to Andy and everyone who runs the Draft League. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.